Hey, Kristen, I am so excited to chat with you today. Thank you so much for again being a part of National American Sorority Woman and starting off our title holder series. Um, I know, we have a little bit of a history, but it's going to be so much fun being able to reconnect and kind of spotlight your journey and kind of let others kind of get a glimpse at what it's like behind the crown.
Yeah,
Um, so do you want to just share a little bit about yourself?
absolutely. My name is Krysten Rhodes. I'm a proud member of Kappa Delta sorority. I attended Texas A&M University where I graduated in 2023, and I was also the 2023 National American Sorority Woman, and now I am the 2025 National American Sorority Woman alumna. In my spare time, when I'm not working in clinical research, I volunteer with Kappa Delta as a alumni chapter president and the CAB marketing for the Sigma Epsilon chapter at the University of Texas at Austin. So very busy girl, but you know, being a title holder has been such an incredible thing for me, and I'm so glad to have it back on my plate and be able to make an impact inspiring other alumni across the country.
Oh, that's so good. And we are so happy to have you back. I know I think the last time we connected, you were just graduating from college. And so now you've been in the adult world for, a couple years. So what is kind of like a day in the life? What does that look like for you?
So my job every day is a little bit different, but it's a lot of emails, it's a lot of meetings. Mostly what I do is I do data management for lung cancer clinical trials. And then I also coordinate monitoring visits with the sponsors that we have for our sponsored trials. So it's been really, really wonderful being a part of something bigger than myself, um, helping cure cancer. So that's kind of most of my day. And then I spend a lot of time in traffic, unfortunately. But then at the end of the day, I get some more time to myself. So when I'm not trying to plan a new event for my alumni chapter or helping field questions for the women I advise at UT, I like to work out and stay fit, especially since I sit in a chair most of the day. And then also just getting time to reconnect with my friends. I think maintaining community and relationships outside of college, post grad is super, super critical and something that gets overlooked a lot just because everything is so busy and stressful. But it helps me alleviate my stress. And then I always make sure I get enough sleep at the end of the day. So that's a typical day with me.
Awesome. Well, that is like such a good day-to-day routine to have. You're focused on your social life, you're staying fit, and that's kind of what adult life is like, right? Trying to
It is,
balance everything and keep everything
yeah,
in check.
definitely.
Awesome. So let's kind of reminisce a little bit. When you when you joined National American Sorority Woman, when you signed up to participate and then you won, um, you were in a different time of your life. So, as far as participating now, kind of what inspired you to kind of get involved again?
I think part of it was just seeing the creation of the alumni title happened while I was in my gap with the program, and seeing it come to fruition was super cool because me and you had talked about it potentially being added, and then seeing it was super awesome. And the more I thought about it, I really reflected about, if that was something that I wanted to do because I missed being part of the program, but then at the same time I was like, I don't know how I'll balance it with my career and now being an advisor and an alumni chapter president. And then the more that I thought about it, I realized I was kind of like the person for the job. I think the real spirit of this title is to, bring awareness to what the alumni experience even is. And there's so many women just starting their sorority journeys that don't realize that just because you graduate means that you're no longer a part of your sorority. It really is for life. And I'm somebody that has really, really been dedicated to showing that in my everyday, even before I registered to compete for the 2025 alumni title. And I just knew that if this was something I was already doing, I might as well, take it to the next level and use a platform meant for it to really showcase what it means to be a sorority alumni and all the different ways that you can get involved.
Absolutely. So those women that are, I mean, we're in graduation season now. So what is the message or a piece of advice that you would give those women, those sorority women getting ready to graduate?
First, I'd say enjoy every moment. All the small things are something that you just really treasure when you graduate. All those like late night Sonic runs and all the times just even waiting to go into chapter. Um, all the small things, they really do make such an impact on you. So definitely treasure those. And then at the same time, um, know that life will slow down a lot. People are going to be farther. It's going to be longer in between phone calls and coffee chats, but it doesn't mean that the relationship might be going away. Just keep at it, and have like maintain that tenacity
Mhm.
to continue to, love on your sisters and reach out because it just gets so much harder to keep that up. And so making it a priority will benefit everybody in the long run. So I guess that's my three big pieces.
Absolutely. And I've been out of college for much longer than you. And I mean, as time goes on, depending on where you live, right? Like I have a bunch of sorority sisters that live in a bigger city and they are all the time connecting. And I love that for them. I live a little bit further, so it's not as easy for me to get there. But, when we do connect, it's like no time has passed.
Right.
Right. You just always will have that connection and that bond. But, the more time that you're able to stay connected, the closer your relationship is. So that's really good advice.
Yeah, definitely. I have
Um,
to agree.
yeah, so like thinking back, if you were to talk to kind of your collegiate self, like what would you tell her?
I would tell her that as scared as she is to graduate, that although life outside of college is different, it's not different bad. It's just different. And in all honesty, I'm so much happier with my life now than I was in college. And I loved college life so much. So I couldn't even imagine like how happy I am now with all the things that I'm doing. And I would even argue I'm more involved in KD now than I was in college. And I was very involved in KD. So I think just reassuring her that, you know, things are going to be different, but things are also going to get really, really good is something that she needs to hear because I remember being very, very worried about, not having any fun and like not really having as much of a connection to sorority life. But in all honesty, I think it's just gotten even better, even greater.
That's amazing. So can you dive just a little bit deeper into um, kind of the impacts that you're making as an alumna?
Yeah. So I think the one of the biggest ways is with my alumni chapter. What's super special is that my mom is a member of the same alumni chapter. She started the Kappa Delta chapter at Texas A&M, where I also joined Katie. So we've always had that bond, but now it's even better because she was the last president for this alumni chapter. And then I started serving as the vice president of public relations as I joined the chapter following my graduation. And then she stepped down and I took on the role of president. So I think my greatest impact with that is that we're a pretty small group, as are a lot of alumni chapters, especially compared to like being in an SEC level sorority.
Mhm.
The numbers are a lot different, but I'm able to create really fun and innovative events to help people not only connect with each other, but connect with the community to create a philanthropic impact and continue the service that we joined Kappa Delta for in the first place. Um, as well as getting to use that to network with other Panhellenic women. That's one of my favorite parts. We have some Panhellenic socials here and there, and getting to be able to network with them is also incredibly special. And then with my advisor position at UT, I just recently went up there in April to help them with filming their recruitment video. So I was there that weekend and it was so much fun. I had an absolute blast. And I think the moment that really showed me the impact that I was making was me and the CAB chair, like the head advisor. We had just gotten done like for the whole weekend. So we were sitting there, like the videographer is like packing up. Um, we're like exhausted, but a bunch of the girls that helped us in filming that day, they all just sat in a circle kind of around us on the floor and we were all just talking. And they could have gone at any point. Like the day was over, they didn't need to stay. The required stuff was done, and yet they were still here actively wanting to have a connection with me and the other advisor. And that's like the impact that I always wanted to have, was just to really connect with these collegians and let them know that like alumni are, we're just like you. We're just a little bit older and have a little bit more experience, but you'll find that there's so much more in common than you realize, and those intergenerational friendships can be really, really incredible. Um, and it's not an opportunity that's as easily provided outside of sorority life. And so for them to be able to like realize how special that is and take advantage of it and still like want to seek that connection with us, it just melted my heart. It's something I will never forget. And it's just a moment as small as them just sitting on the floor and just wanting to keep talking with us. So seeing that impact um, is really, I think, what it's all about. And especially with this title, just connecting with collegians and connecting with other alumni and connecting with the greater community as a whole. That sorority life is special and it creates lifelong friendships and creates an opportunity to create meaningful connections with people that otherwise you might not have ever met, and yet you realize you have so much in common and they can just really change your life. Sorority life changes your life, really.
Oh, that is so true and amazing. I was getting goosebumps as you were talking about the connections and your experiences. I mean, you are taking full advantage of what it is to be an alumna, and I am so proud of you.
Thank you. And I
Uh,
just hope it inspires other people to do the same thing, because if I can do this in less than 2 years of graduating, anybody can. Truly, anybody can. It just takes finding the right resources and finding the right people.
Absolutely. Yes, I would completely agree. Um, so with your alumna title, I mean, you were just recently crowned not that long ago. I think we're running on like 2 months. What do you have in store for the next year? Where do you kind of see your title? Where do you see the vision?
I would love to try and do more public speaking and try and get more involved, especially because I live very close to my alma mater. So hopefully trying to find opportunities to bring more awareness to the wonderful benefits, mutual benefits of alumni interaction and engagement, as well as um, doing different podcasts and stuff online, continuing my social media presence to continue to promote different ways for alumni to get involved, different ways for collegiate women to get involved and have leadership opportunities and set themselves up for wonderful um, journeys after college with their sororities. And then also just, you know, being out in the community, continuing to represent the program in showcasing the title because I would love more people to get involved with this program because this is also one of the things that I think has been super special for me in my sorority journey, especially as an alumna.
Well, that's so neat. I know. I think there will be so many more experiences that you'll be able to connect with people, just put yourself out there, ask where you can help, and just show up and tell your story because you have a really good story to share with everybody around you and new people too. So I guess the next question was kind of leading into, how can our community kind of cheer you on and support you in your goal for the next year?
So, definitely, if you ever need a speaker to talk about all the wonderful things about alumni life, about sorority life, um, I have my Instagram account, and I also love to post and repost different opportunities on ways to get involved um, outside of college as well as inside of college to continue to promote just how wonderful it is to be a leader and how many leadership opportunities that there are within sorority life. And so I'm very readily able to be reached like via Instagram. So happy to help with any programming, advice, and just follow along for the journey. It's going to be super awesome. I'm so excited for the rest of this year.
So are we. I am so excited for the three of you to hold these titles, and I think it's going to be a great year. And just looking forward to see who we can continue to connect with. Well,
Me too.
that was all that I had for the questions. Thank you so much, Kristen. I am so happy that we were able to reconnect and to again hear your journey and seeing how it's, continuing to grow and flourish. You truly are a beautiful representation of sorority women everywhere. And I am just so excited to see what your next, year looks like and the futures to come.
Thank you. Me as well.
All right. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.